Support comes from Missouri Forest Products Association, committed to sustainable and sound conservation of the state's forests, which support more than 41,000 Missouri jobs, resulting in a $10 billion industry. ChooseWood.com.
From the St. Louis Public Radio Newsroom, this is The Gateway. It's Tuesday, February 9th. I'm Wayne Pratt. There are more concerns about coronavirus vaccine supply throughout the region. Even though vaccinations are underway, those efforts might have to be slowed as health officials wait for more of the shots to arrive. The concerns come as the number of cases in the region are on the decline. An analysis by the New York Times shows slightly more than 700 new cases per day have been reported in the metro area over the past week. That's down 17% compared to the previous 7 days. The vaccine supply concerns are at the forefront in at least a couple of area municipalities. St. Louis County officials are warning they might have to pause vaccinations this week because of supply issues. A news release from County Executive Sam Page's office says the county could run out of doses as early as today. It has not received a shipment from the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services in more than 2 weeks, and none is expected this week. St. Louis County has struck a deal with some area hospital groups for nearly 2,000 doses that should be available this week. The head of the Metropolitan Pandemic Task Force, Dr. Alex Garza, touched on the issue yesterday during his media briefing.
We all realize that we need really dramatically more vaccine if we want to be able to get through this population faster. And there's a lot of things that are sort of difficult to be in control of, and one of them is vaccine manufacturing. So we can only move as fast as the amount of vaccine that we've been allocated.
County health officials say they are prepared to vaccinate at least 5,000 people a week if the supply holds. In the Metro East, St. Clair County is hoping to continue immunization of at least 1,000 people a day. But County Chairman Mark Kern says that goal might not be achievable because the supply could be gone in just a few days.
It really is going to be all based upon vaccine, and right now we don't have enough vaccine to be able to get us even into Friday. So we're in the process of requesting more from the state.
Kern made those comments yesterday during a daily briefing. He also says the county is hoping to start vaccinating educators this week, if possible. In other news, St. Louis Mayor Lyda Krewson is launching a task force to investigate public health concerns in the city's downtown jail. The move comes after inmates protested living conditions 3 times. St. Louis Public Radio's Kayla Drake has more.
Krewson formed the task force in response to a protest Saturday by more than 100 inmates who were angry about conditions at the jail. Advocates for inmates say the jail is not providing proper clothing or masks to protect them from the coronavirus. They say inmates also want nutritional food and to be able to have visitors again. Tracy Stanton is the lead organizer for ex-incarcerated people organizing. She's frustrated city leaders did not include her group or any others that speak for inmates.
Now, if they had not done that, it wouldn't have warranted national attention, and they wouldn't even be forced into the position to even acquire that task force.
Stanton plans to advocate for an outside group to investigate the jail instead of a city-appointed commission. I'm Kayla Drake, St. Louis Public Radio.
American Airlines plans to furlough nearly 1,200 employees at St. Louis Lambert International Airport starting in early April. That's when federal aid for airline workers expires. American will also lay off 3 workers permanently at Lambert. It's part of a larger plan to furlough 13,000 employees across the country. In a letter to workers, American executives say slow vaccine rollout and international travel restrictions are slowing down the bump in demand they had anticipated for the year. A former Missouri state senator is the first Democrat to announce plans to run for the U.S. Senate seat held by Republican Roy Blunt. St. Louis Public Radio's Jonathan Ahl reports Scott Sifton is starting his campaign by criticizing someone other than the incumbent.
Scott Sifton announced his intention to run for office in a video posted to social media. Even though the seat he seeks is held by Blunt, the video starts and concludes with attacks on Josh Hawley. Sifton criticized the state's junior senator for inciting the rioters who invaded the Capitol on January 6th. Sifton represented parts of South St. Louis County during 1 term in the House and 2 terms in the Senate. He is a former Afton school board member and an environmental lawyer. Sifton's launch video features the candidate pledging to support voting rights, racial justice, and science-based decisions. Blunt has yet to announce a re-election bid. Other Republicans and Democrats are likely to join the field. I'm Jonathan Ahl, St. Louis Public Radio.
Some of the items we are following today in the St. Louis Public Radio newsroom. The second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump begins today in the U.S. Senate. We will be streaming live coverage of the proceedings on our website, stlpublicradio.org. St. Louis Mayor Lyda Krewson will discuss several issues facing the city, including vaccine supply and changes to the 911 system, on St. Louis on the Air. That starts at noon on the station's main on-air signal and internet feed. Shula Newman is the executive editor of St. Louis Public Radio. Music by Ryan McNeely of Adult Fur. Before wrapping up, he's back, although he never really left.
Molina in the air, left field. Duvall's got a great arm, but that is deep. Wong ready to run. He tags. Here he comes. Duvall's throw, no chance. And the Cardinals have won Game 4.
Yadier Molina has agreed to a one-year deal with the St. Louis Cardinals. MLB.com reports it's a $9 million package. That was audio of Yadi knocking in the winning run during a playoff game in 2019. The 38-year-old has been the starting catcher for the Cards for 17 years. I'm Wayne Pratt. From the St. Louis Public Radio newsroom, this has been The Gateway.
Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association. Missouri produces wood pallets, railroad ties, white oak barrels, hardwood floors, and more. Details on the variety of products made in the state are at choosewood.com.